Hey everybody, I hope everybody can hear me right now. Because I changed my mic at the last second. Let me just make sure. Let me get in the comments. Okay, yeah, we have some people here. Good, good. Let me just do a mic check real quick. That's Getty. Speakers are on. Good to see everybody. Oh, loud and clear. Thank you. All right, we're gonna do this a little differently today. Obviously, I'm the only one here, but hey, we're just gonna wing it. I'll take some questions here in a bit. I am gonna do a roll call. I've never done a roll call before, but we're just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go down the list. If I read someone's name twice, it's just because I'm like hella brand new. I just want to say hey to Lacey. How's it going, Lacey? Brock Bandy. Oh, I really need my glasses, don't I? Lynn Arundel. I hope I'm saying that right. Mariana Yarbrough, the lovely Mariana Yarbrough. That's the wifey. Charlie Mullins. How's it going, Charlie? Did I already say? Yep, I already said Lynn. Hey, Lynn. This is so funny. Dee Dee Razzle Dazzle. Karma Chameleon. When Rock's doing this or Tommy's doing this, I always sing Karma Chameleon in my head, if maybe even out loud. Charlie Mullins, what's up, Charlie? Thanks for being here tonight. You were one of the first Lifeboat subscribers, I believe, if I remember hearing Tommy say that. Okay, who else we got? I'm just gonna be giggly all night because I'm like hella nervous. Galen, how's it going? Let's see who else is here. Who else is here? And if I miss someone, I'm sorry. I'll probably catch you when I'm taking questions. So, what's up, You Are Soul? How's it going? Renee B, good to see you. Ghost Rider 611, how's it going, Ghost Rider? Anna from Massachusetts, how's it going, Anna? Lynn D, what's up, Lynn? Karen Schneck. I used to play hockey with a Schneck. I've never talked about that. CKM, what's up? Thank you, CKM. How's it going? Danette, it's good to see you, Danette. I already said hi to Dee Dee. Twisted Sister Paranormal, how's it going, Twisted Sister? Robin Bliss, how's it going, Robin? What's the score of the game? Are the Eagles just running away with it? Man, Mahomes just looked so shook up. It wasn't even worth watching anymore. But my team, I had no skin in the game. My team's not in it. Obviously, you see my Super Bowl banner back there. I'm a Rams fan. Who else? Allison, how's it going, Allison? Amy, hey Amy. Layla Bradley, hey Layla. Barbara Aldrich, how's it going, Robin? I mean, Barbara. Robin Bliss. I already said Robin Bliss. What's that? Is it really? 0 to 34. What the? Oh my God, dude. Well, that's what you get for having a running back that is a Swiftie. Yeah, Allison put the score up too. Twisted Sister must be in a different time zone. Twisted Sister says 24-0. Probably just running a little behind. No, it's live, so it'd be the same. I'm just kidding. Grandma Val, how's it going, Grandma? Yeah, it is bad, huh, Grandma? Yeah, it is super bad. That is so nuts, man. That is so crazy. So, I want to say hi to everybody. How's it going? This is Night Yard. I'm alone. Since it is Night Yard, I'm going to take down some of these lights. There we go. The smooth, easy listenings of Night Yard with Casper. Let me turn on. How did this light get turned off? Crazy. Probably looking really professional right now. There we go. Howdy ho. I was a LA Rams fan back when Roman. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna start some questions. I'm gonna take questions probably a little bit. We are gonna talk about what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about Kanye a little bit. Kanye's wife made a tweet on X, and yeah, because Kanye's been getting a lot of drag in the press everywhere, on YouTube, everywhere. He's been getting a lot of drag. I'm used to looking at Tommy when we're doing this, and Russ when I'm talking, because I'm talking to them. I'm never to actually talk to the chat, so it's going to be hard getting used to. But yeah, what's her name? Bianca. I want to be more famous than Kim. Bianca made a tweet on Twitter or on X, and she just sounds so fake and superficial and crazy. Yeah, we're probably going to decipher that a little bit, and then I'll take some questions. And when I mean decipher, because what we're going to do is I'm going to give you I'm going to read what she says, but then I'm going to give you what I really think she's saying, and what a lot of other people are think she's saying. So here's the tweet. Or maybe I should wait for more people to get in. I'm just going to say hi to more people. Hey, Reese, how's it going? I want him to sit out the morning show too. He needs to rest. Yeah, that'll be fine. The morning show, if he's not feeling good, we could definitely either postpone it. We could do it on later in the afternoon, or we could give Tommy an entire day off. I'm not against that. That's the hardest working man on YouTube. I truly believe that. I'm not saying that because he's my best friend. I'm saying Tommy is nonstop, doesn't want to go to bed, can't wait to wake up and talk to you guys about what's going on, to his community that's been so faithful to him, and you guys, and he's been faithful to you guys, bringing you all the information on fun stuff, bad stuff, good stuff, and his expert opinion. And when I say expert opinion, I mean his expert opinion and his expertise is from life expertise, from everything he's gone through, and then to come out of it alive, not only alive, but spiritually intact, with all his mental faculties, and not being a scumbag like a lot of guys do. That a lot of guys just become lifers, and Tommy didn't. And because Tommy has always had a good heart, I'm sure people who've known Tommy since he was a kid would say that through it all, he's always had the biggest heart, and truly cares and does. And it's not about like our actions, the things that we do, especially when we're addicts. It's about who we are inside. I know my grandmother always used to stick up for me, to my family, because she always knew my heart was big. And even to this day, like I overtip, I give till it hurts. My priorities get twisted, because I want to be a provider. I want to provide better. And who knows, if I became a millionaire, maybe I wouldn't think that's enough, and then I would definitely need help. But I digress a little bit. So yeah, giving Tommy a day off tomorrow, I think, is a great idea if he's really feeling it. Do I have him doing that? No. But I'm gonna encourage it. And I'm gonna encourage it right now, live here on Night Yard. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll get with him later. But I agree, Reese. I think that's a good idea. Did I miss anybody? Koala Crafts. Good day, mate. Koala Crafts. Who else? Maggie G. Oh, before I forget, to anyone that's in the chat from the UK, put a 1. First of all, if you're from the UK or I guess even Australia, put a 1 in the chat because I'm going to ask you guys a question. Okay, Yvette. Yvette is from the UK or Australia. Olive Green. I knew Olive was from there. How's it going, Olive? How's it going? You are soul. Or your soul. You are soul. You gotta remember, I'm not the brains of this operation. I'm from Ireland. Yeah, that's fine. Ireland's great. Tasmania. So I have a funny story while we're waiting for more people to join. So I knew this guy. He was a roadie for some bands and stuff, and for some big bands like Journey and REO Speedwagon. Well, anyway, I could do this really when I was younger. I could do a really good Australian accent. So he introduced me to all these people as his friend from Australia, and I would do this Australian accent. Well, I did it forever. Anyway, he introduced me as Billy Squires' road manager. And this is when Billy Squires' album, The Stroke, was on it. Lonely is the Night. All those songs were on it. And what album was that? It was with him in his jeans on the front. But anyway, so I was Billy Squires' road manager, and I was from Australia, and I used this. I mean, I'm talking for like a good year and a half. He introduced me everyone as his friend from Australia. One day there was a girl. She was from Tasmania, and they had asked me where I was from, and I had said Tasmania. But I said the town. I said the town of Tasmania. I didn't realize Tasmania was like a state. So I got caught in a big fat lie, and oh man, it was ugly. It was so ugly. We lost a lot of friends because of that. It was because we didn't just like do it as a joke for one night or 2 nights and then come clean. We did it for a whole year. And I was just living this great big lie in this group of friends. And God, it was just so dumb. So dumb, the things we do as kids. But it started out harmless. It was just like as a joke. And we didn't need to lie to make ourselves, somebody, because I worked in the industry, and he was a roadie for some like pretty big bands. So it wasn't like we needed to like pretend, use that for clout to be cool. We were already pretty cool. But anyway, that's kind of a dumb story. But when I seen Tasmania there, it reminded me of that story. So I thought I'd share it. Okay, so I have a question for all the people from Europe. Do you guys have root beer there? And have you ever even heard of root beer? And do you know what root beer is? And the reason why I ask this is because there's a YouTuber, and he like does his whole channel, I believe, is comparing the UK with America. Like we tip you guys don't tip, things like that. But there's a lot, like there's a lot of things like our large sodas and your guys' large soda are totally two different things. There's so many differences. It blows me away. I love watching his content. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good content. But I guess he had his mom on his show and she was just like, "What? What's root beer? I've never even heard of root beer." I can't believe you could never ever hear of it. I mean, I can understand I've never even had it like with Vegemite. I've been around Vegemite now, but I had heard of Vegemite long before I'd ever seen it. I smelled it and there was no way I could eat it because it was just too strong of a yeast smell. Oh wait, maybe I did take a bite of it. I can't remember. No, I think I did take a bite of it and I didn't like it. My buddy Simon is from Australia. He's a downhill mountain bike rider. He does downhill. I guess I should have me up big while I'm talking about this stuff. He's like a downhill mountain biker. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, so my wife wanted me to ask you guys if you had ever heard of, and she's in the chat, so I'm sure she's seen your guys' answers. I love Olive says she loves root beer, but they don't have it there. So like you can't even get it there. So that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy because I'm sure like Pepsi Cola, has root beer. They have A&W. I'm assuming, that company owns that. And it's weird that they wouldn't send that there. So kind of crazy. Because we have McDonald's in North Korea. Like you know what I mean? There's like we're a global economy and a global our products are global. Everything's global and everything's so accessible. It's just weird. Ginger beer. I love ginger beer. I've had ginger beer before. Root beer is great. Hires or Mug or Barks or A&W. Those are all great root beers, James. And I would have to say out of those, I think I like Barks the best. But A&W is such a classic that who knows? For real, they all taste the same. I like soft drinks that have a little bite to them. I want to feel it in my throat. I drank a 7-Up today, and it almost took me out of the game. So, I don't know how to control this chat. It's just so nuts. Layla, they're so good. Well, what did Layla say is good? I want to know what Layla said is good. I've heard of root beer float thanks to American TV, but I've never tried it. Oh yeah, they are so good. Really, there's no other soft drink to make a float with. Coke floats, that would suck. Pepsi floats would suck. I think I've had both of those. I used to drink when I was a drinker, I would get like a mug of beer and I would drop shots of root beer schnapps in it. And there's a name for it. And I would down those, and those would really let the good times roll. They really would. They were super good, and they tasted like root beer floats. So that's what I was getting at. That with the beer made the beer taste like a root beer float. I guess I'm just going to go to the very bottom of the thing. I think that's be my replacement for beer. Oh yeah, Dr. Pepper, that would be good. We may be a global economy. I'm going to read this. We may be a global economy, but it's a slow process for international stuff to migrate. My daughter and I love Asian food, and we've learned how to make a lot of it, but it's a process. Yeah, that's true. And if you're not around a good Asian restaurant, you pretty much have to make your own stuff. Really, Casper, we should stream together sometime. I'd love to chat with. I think that would be amazing. Amazing. My wife and I love watching your stuff. We watch it on TV though, mostly. And so we don't participate in the chat when we do watch it on TV. And we're usually mostly crying sometimes. So because some of your stuff is really heartfelt and emotional, and we really feel you, Reese, on a lot of things. Not all of them. I shouldn't say that. Like we just like cry, and we're not crying for you. We're crying with you. It's never like in any kind of like pity way. Not even a little bit. Not ever. You're just so strong and amazing, and your sense of humor is phenomenal. That was the first thing I said to Tommy about you. Was I was just like, dude, her snap. We call it snap. Your snap is second to none, and now I know why Tommy digs you so much, because my wife and I, we always talk about that. Man, she's got a lot of snap, because you come out of a cult, and like you don't even know certain words or places and things, but you have such a snap like that. It's pretty badass. It almost goes to show that it's like God-given, like your sense of humor, it's like a God-given thing. Like everyone's like those traits, how like people are born with like I guess, it's said that we're born with the God gene, and like we already are born with like the need and want to believe in something more. It's like just already like instilled in us. I think some traits are probably instilled in us too, but through trauma and other things could get tampered down, and so it doesn't show itself. It's like our daughter. Like I have a 6-year-old. Her sense of humor is crazy. Now she thinks jokes that aren't funny are funny, but like conversational sense of humor. Oh, her sense of humor is crazy. Okay, I see some cues, so I'm gonna throw this up before I read it. Can I schedule a tattoo appointment? Absolutely. I'm only working right now on friends and family, and I would consider you a friend and family. Twisted Sisters, so you can absolutely do that. I'm probably going to have a private studio soon. I might exit the shop that I own with somebody, and just have a private studio. So I would love to set up a tattoo appointment. I think I've shared some of my tattoo work with everybody. I sure have. I think so. I think I have. Yes, Reese, we'll absolutely chat about it. I'm down. Super down. And my wife and her friend wanted to start to do a like a relationship empowering women podcast. And Reese, I think you could be like a good like mentor for them to do something. Do I see any more cues? Any more questions? And if anyone like truly does like, if we're not just party talking about tattoos, which I'm fine with too. If you're like anyone truly wants to schedule a tattoo with me, that would be awesome. I would love to meet anyone in person. Just email me. And my email is insidethemindx@gmail.com. I'll just write it in here. Inside Indy. Inside the mindx@gmail.com. Yeah, that would be badass. Brock Bandy asked me, what style of tattoos do I do? I do everything. I really do. I do realism, I do new school, I do what's that style? I do, portraits. What's the style? What's this style? I can't remember. Oh, steampunk. I do steampunk stuff like this. I do watercolor. I've been really into watercolor lately. Um, yeah, I do a little bit of everything. I see a question here. I'm going to question: is putting evidence retrieved legally doxing? Um, I don't think so. I think. Well, I guess it depends what you mean as evidence. I think doxing is specifically giving out someone's address and personal information, right? Someone help me out with that. I think that's. I just learned what doxing. I just heard the word doxing for the first time, like around Christmas. That's how new I am to the the. Oh, I'm gonna start starring these questions. Um, that's how new I am to YouTube and like this whole world. Um, but I think doxing is just as long as you don't put up like their address and phone number and things like that. And I guess boho hobo, I think really be like evidence of what, of like something illegal. Or you're just talking about like receipts, like, hey, so and so said this. I have evidence of that. I have receipts of that. As long as you didn't like break into their, go through their Wi-Fi and get into their phone, or use, uh, like not ransomware, but the other stuff. Um, let's see. Sorry if there's like a little dead air while I'm reading stuff. There's like really no one to fill in the. Okay, here we go. Layla's got a good answer for us. Doxing is a form of cyberbullying that uses sensitive or secret information, statements, or records for the harassment, exposure, or financial harm or other exploitation of targeted individuals. So there you have it. That's way more than what I said it was. And thank you, Layla, for chatting a more clear answer, because I would have hated if I would have given Hobo some bad information and they went and did something, or that ended up being doxing, and it was harmful. So I really got to watch what I say. But I did preface it like I really don't exactly know. So thank you, Layla. I appreciate that. Kim says, I thought it was when they sent emergency services to someone's trying to cause trouble. That is called, there's a name for that. Oh man. There were some kids that were doing this, sending SWAT. I think it's called swatting. I think that's what that's called. When you like send like the SWAT team to someone's house. I love Billy Squire too, Caroline in Canada. Like I really, really love Billy Squire. Thanks, Anna from MA. I appreciate that. I feel totally relaxed. I feel totally relaxed. Yeah, I took some ibuprofen for my back before I came on. And some other medication that I take that they're not opiates, but like, gabapentin, and I feel pretty good. Yes, it's called swatting, Kim. I get all the terms mixed up too with with these youngsters. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm just an old curmudgeon. I can't believe I became a curmudgeon. But I'm a curmudgeon who still skateboards. Well, I haven't in about, I guess, almost a year now. But I was skateboarding really up until a year ago. But yeah, I guess I'm an old curmudgeon. Gabapentin is really potent. When I withdraw from gabapentin, it's bad. It's it's really bad. Like I completely shut down. I don't want to get out, leave the house. I don't want to get out of bed. I'm sweaty, anxiety. It's bad. I really want to quit taking it. I really do. I just want to let you guys know too that I am starring your guys' questions. So I will get to them before the night is over, and who knows how long we'll stay. It could be an hour, it could be 3 hours, who knows. I'm just I'm trying to star everything, and I'll get to all of them as we go. Mhm. So let's get to this. How many people we got? Oh, 174. Okay. Let's uh let's talk about this let's talk about this tweet real quick. So Bianca, so Kanye's been getting a lot of bad press lately. Well deserved. He's his worst enemy. Um and so Bianca made this tweet today, and it goes a little something like this. Lord, I lift up my husband to you with love and concern. Soften his heart, guide his words, and fill him with wisdom and kindness. Protect him from trouble and lead him toward understanding and respect for all people. Despite our differences, I love him unconditionally, I bet. Strengthen our bond and help me be a source of patience and encouragement. I trust in your grace to work in his heart. God bless Israel and all the good Jewish people. Amen. So this is coming from an Australian, right? I don't know what the race politics are in Australia, or what the race relations are in Australia. I've heard good and bad. I don't think it's as bad as it can be here. But race and identity politics are just something that people use to, I think these days, to prove like their little political point, or to be relevant in a conversation, or to divert, or to but I really don't think we're that racist of a country. But that's all I really want to say about that. Is there racism here? Absolutely. But like I've said before, and we are on Night Yard, I had a black president with his foot on my neck for a really long time while I was in federal prison. So, I mean, that's something. Barack Obama was a great orator, and he was, I think he was a halfway decent president, except for all the social stuff he did. And I'm not trying to get political on Night Yard at all. I'm just saying, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for like a lot of some of the social stuff he did, giving everyone free phones and all that. That was all garbage. But anyway, I don't want to say that. I'm not a fan of Obama. I am a lightweight Trumpster. So, anyways, so it's a little bizarre why she would tweet this. Some on YouTube are like kind of redoing her tweet, like saying it like what she really means, like, Lord, I lift up my husband to you with love and concern. Yeah, concern that he doesn't lose all his money. So I can spend more of it. Soften his heart and guide his words and fill him with wisdom and kindness. Please don't, make him so crazy that they 5150 him. Please shut him up. That's what I'm hearing out of that. Protect him from trouble and lead him toward understanding and respect for all people. He says a lot of racist stuff. He says a lot of racist stuff towards his own people. So Kanye, when he is, I think, really close to a mental breakdown, but then I would see those videos. I talked about this with Tommy. I'd see the videos with him with his mom, and he seems like a totally normal, son who loved his mother, which I'm sure he did. And he always like became a normal person around his mom. So I don't know what's an act, what's real. Is he really, crazy? But like her saying Lord, like does she even really believe in God and the good Jewish people? Like, um, and I'm only going on the fruit that she bears. I can't tell if someone's been saved, but we are called to be like fruit inspectors, right? And doesn't she make like demonic corn in Germany or something like that? I don't know. I heard that she does that. Um, Danette, I'm going to answer that question because I want to hear what you have to say about it, about the gabapentin. So I'm going to start. Um, yeah. So like, unless she's been saved recently, but I really feel like people talk about God and Jesus when they find it useful for them to project themselves to be, a certain way or coming from a place of love. When really, I feel the whole thing's manipulative. But that's just my opinion. Maybe it's not. It just seems real manipulative. I just think she wants to be more famous than Kim, as Kanye's wife, and she's trying to do all the things she can to do that. If you would have asked me 3 days ago, um, if I thought she was a victim of him, dragging her on the red carpet, because that's what it seemed like, to pose, pseudo nude, because she did have a bodysuit on, I would have said, like he was kind of forcing her to do that just by her body language, and his body language and the way they were acting. But I I really feel like no, probably not from everything that I've learned in like this tweet. Um, and in the things that I think she's just kind of she just wants to be famous, and she knows that being with Kanye, she can be very, very famous and doing things um like what she did would benefit her. And I think now she was a more than willing participant. I think she was just probably nervous, who knows. um but before I would have said, it was almost, ST, to an extent, like that kind of control. So I don't know. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Um I did have some more to say about it, but I made some notes, but I think I pretty much have said what my notes said. I'm not like I said, I'm working on my skills, as they would say, as one would say. Oh, I see. If I what does this say? Reese can help with starring questions if you bring her on since the boys ditched. Is she trying to do that? I would be down to do that. Um, I'm totally down to do that, and I can send her an invite. Um, thank DS Kitty. I appreciate that. Or Diane, I really appreciate that. Thanks. Like a pro, eh? Um, Someone let me know. And did I miss something that Reese might have said that she would be down to do this with me tonight? I'm super down, but I'm cool if she doesn't want to either. I don't know if that's something you guys were just hoping for, or oh, okay. How do Can you get her email for me? Let me just send this. One second, guys. Okay. What'd you guys think of the new intro? That's not the music that'll be with it next week, but I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, hold on. Hmm? Bam. Cool. And away it goes. Okay. Invite sent. Let me know in the chat if coolest curmudgeon. That's me. Hell yeah. Yeah. I have grandkids. Isn't that nuts? Dude. And a 6-year-old. I have grandkids that are 5 years older than my daughter. Scary. Completely scary. What do I have in there? Danette asks, how much gabapentin do I take a day? I take about 3,600 milligrams a day. That is a lot. I know. That's the max you can take. But I had a doctor that wouldn't increase me over 1,800. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Olive Green says, I had to take gabapentin for a few years due to a neurodegenerative disease. I'm off it completely and get Ivig to treat my disease. Crazy. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Olive. Yeah, I really want to get off gabapentin. It's like it's only because of the dependency I don't want to be on it. It's totally effective. It keeps me out of the emergency room. My back is really trashed. And so my sciatic acts up intermittently. So like I'll have like a 3-day period where it just takes me completely out of the game. And I end up going to the emergency room. So yeah, it's super hardcore. But with gabapentin, I don't go to the emergency room. Now, when I do have those flare-ups, it's there, but it's like it's a dull version of what it normally would be. Angie Mo says gabapentin does that to me too. What part does it do to you too, Angie Mo? Like the withdrawals part? I bet you that's what you're talking about. I bet you that's what you're talking about. Here's an awesome question. Do you use a special chair when doing tattoos? I looked up a bunch of special chairs for Tommy and came across made for tattoo artists. I had no idea. So I do have a special chair, and basically, and I'll even give like a lightweight demonstration. Basically, you sit in it backwards, right? Like this. And there's like slots for your arms to kind of go through, and the chair will lean back so you're like floating like this, like almost like Superman. And so like you're like in almost like in the air, but you're the toes of your feet are down. But it's really hard to get used to tattooing like that because I have to be up over someone to do the tattoo, and I'm basically feel like I'm like floating in the air, but there's absolutely no pressure on my back. I couldn't get used to it. Yep, I have like 4 of those chairs at my shop, and I just sit in them normally, like I'm sitting in this chair. So yeah, they do make a special chair. Ooh, Wanna Love or Juana Love or Juana Love says, took me a full year to get off gabapentin. So I feel like that's accurate, but here's the deal. um, I've never taken this much for this long and gotten off, but I was taking probably 2,400 milligrams for like 3 months and went to jail. Right. And when I went to jail, of course, I had to quit because I didn't bring any of those prescriptions with me. I was extradited somewhere else, and my scripts didn't follow me. So, and I don't even really recall there being any kind of withdrawal. But when I was on them, it's pretty heavy. So there might be some psychosomaticness to it, but only a tiny bit. Only a tiny bit. Because it's so well, I mean, psychosomatic can create some physical symptoms too, but it's so physical, like it affects me such in a physical way that it can't be all psychosomatic. But who knows, man? Because Tommy and I were talking about this the other day. I think it was personally. I don't think it was on the Mayhem show. We were talking how sometimes like you can be really like dope sick off of H, and like your nose is running, your back hurts, and as soon as you get it in your hand, your nose stops running. You're not going through that withdrawal is hardcore. So the mind is powerful. It's super powerful. So and that's proof of that. But of course, keeping it in your hand isn't going to make you well, or else we would be well. There's Reese. Let's bring Reese on. Hi, are you ready?
I don't know. I've never done this before.
I know. You bring such a pinkness to the night yard.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Casper, what's going on in your life? Casper, what are you doing? How are you?
In my life? I'm great. Yeah.
I'm loving your wife, by the way.
Cool. She's pretty badass. Yeah.
What channel am I on right now?
You're on the Lifeboat and Legal Livewire.
Okay, because I'm seeing the audience. I'm looking in StreamYard, and I think I'm on your channel, right?
Yep. And
I'm not on the Lifeboat. Yeah, because I'm not. I get it. I'm just trying to match up the comments. It's hard for me because the comments are. That's okay. I can do this from my phone. Casper?
Oh, is there only...
I'm on your channel, which is fine.
Oh, okay. But you're not on the Lifeboat?
I'm on the Lifeboat, but I'm not on the Lifeboat backstage.
I get what you're saying. What you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's
there's probably not a lot of questions up from my channel.
There are not. And that's why I was like, the chat's moving a little slow, but I got it on my phone here. So I can multitask, Casper. That's what's cool about this is
hell yeah.
I can really rock and roll. What are you doing tonight? How are you? I'm not a crim. I've only had one speeding ticket. So technically I'm not a candidate for Crim Yard. But thank you for having me on. This is an honor. I love you, and we never get to chat.
No, this is the first time, really. Except for a few texts. I love you too, and I'm a super fan. So I tell a lot of people about you. Yeah,
you don't have to say that, Casper. We don't have to go that far.
I know. I love your Scientology-ness.
Oh,
is that a word? Your Scientology-ness. Like the cool, like assertiveness of it. Yeah, I love that. I love that. It would be almost worth ditching life and going in for a year just to like learn that, and I say that partially in jest, but yeah.
Should I teach
because
classes?
I suck at it. I'm a super people pleaser.
Should I teach classes, like Scientological classes?
Yeah, Scientological.
There was another type of class that Tommy wanted me to teach to all the ladies because I'm so good at it, but that's for another time.
Well, this is night yard. It is nighttime.
It's sexual.
Yeah, I hear my wife laughing in the other.
Yeah, definitely. He's proud of it.
Awesome.
I am too.
Has he said that publicly, or are you just now breaking that to the?
Probably a little bit of both. Probably more on my end. Right. It doesn't matter, honestly, Casper. It doesn't matter.
I know.
But thank you about the Scientology. It's all I know, brother. Kind of like,
the
prison thing, the crim thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's some things that intertwine and overlap with those two. There is, a little bit. I think once you like really go inside and go to prison, like a serious prison for a long time, you have to learn to like everything needs to be on the table. That's what we call it. Like if there's an issue that has to be on the table, it has to get dealt with. You have to tell people what you mean and mean what you say. Things like that. To an extent. Yeah. I hope that made sense, but
actually made a lot of sense. Scientology is the same. It's very black and white as far as, hurting people's feelings and such, having no boundaries, cutting through your emotions and feelings and making you feel like a horrible person. So,
yeah. Did Tommy when I first found out about you and I had heard that you were in Scientology, I had texted Tommy. I was like, dude, no way. That's crazy. All my brothers and our friends when like in my early 20s, because we lived down on Wilcox, which is like a street down from the Celebrity Center and in Hollywood. And, there was always all the militant Scientology, and like the uniforms were always out and about, kind of like trying to get people in the cans and, and there would be tables with, Dianetics on there. And we used to always go, Dianetics! Because there was like this commercial
rock
that
and
would like,
roll.
Yeah. Do you remember that Dianetics commercial? It would go, BAM! It'd like Dianetics. But we used to say that all the time. We would say it just like that. Dianetics.
Casper, I think I need an intro with that. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Hell yeah. That old Dianetics commercial intro where it was like exploding. Yeah. I think that's the front of the book, right? It's like kind of like an explosion.
It is.
Dianetics.
Yeah, it's drama. We want it to be very dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to adopt that. How does it go? Dianetics.
Dianetics.
That's great.
Anyway, we were one of us was gonna go like undercover into Scientology to like find out more about it. And like I was like voted to do it, but I never did it. But they were like the only one that could do it, only one out of us that could really do it and do it right would have been me. That's what like all like my friends and family, my brothers, we were doing it just to really find out what was going on in that building. Because, it really is like the second to largest building off of between Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard. That's like you've been there, right? To the one in LA?
They go big. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's huge. I'm sure you've seen pictures of it if you haven't. But yeah, it's the only bigger building is Capitol Records. And
Casper, we love you. And I say this with love, but, and I'm a declared suppressive person, but honestly, if it was between the two of us, I'm going to get in before you do. I don't think you could go undercover, Casper. It's the tattoos.
Yeah, well, I had no tattoos then.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Then yeah, at this moment in time, I'm pretty sure they're not going to.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but you know what? Maybe you would get in.
Hi guys. What if I could like dance, do a good jig?
Do it together.
Yeah. But I was gonna do it, and I did the little test, and they hooked me up, and they talked to me about it, but I never followed up on any of it.
Of course you didn't. You didn't give them your mailing address, did you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you would know.
Yeah.
You would know. You get a couple of pounds worth of mail per day if you're on their mailing address.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Even back then? Yeah. Probably especially back then. Probably especially back then.
Yeah, before the internets.
Yeah.
And can you jump on a couch like Tom Cruise, Casper? Because then you might get a pass.
Oh, dude, I can so do that.
Okay.
I can so do that. Yeah.
Okay.
And I bought a car. Well, I got a car from Leah Remini, whatever. However you say her last name. Isn't that crazy? My mom rented her an apartment on Gower. So like from Hollywood Boulevard, Gower Street goes up, and my mom had like a 10-story apartment building up there, and she was renting to her. But that's when she was on she was like on Who's the Boss, she was Alyssa Milano's like friend on Who's the Boss, and then she broke off into this show where her and these two other girls were like models. They were trying to become models, and it was a TV show that she was on. But that's, but it was like this little white Datsun B210, and
incredible time to be alive.
Yeah. And
what
so yeah. And when she moved out, she left that car. She left that car and a headshot, and my mom had that headshot in her office forever. Yeah.
It's the strangest. What is today? Sunday? That's the strangest story that I've heard all week.
Really?
Yeah. To be fair, I don't talk to anybody, but
you don't talk to anybody. Yeah.
Different. It's new. It's different and new. Casper.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy and I would like to come up and see you and your wife.
That would be phenomenal.
Is it really cold?
Phenomenal. Right. Oh, yeah. Right now it's, I think, 16 below.
Okay.
16 below zero. Yeah.
When is spring for you guys?
Yeah. Man, that would be. That is April. Yeah. Like the mid to end of April is really when spring starts really moving.
Okay.
May, June? That's summer.
That's full on summer. For some of us.
For some, yeah. But yeah, possibly May, June. I don't know. But
okay.
There's definitely no snow at the end of April.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to come up there when there's snow. Where is this again? Is this Wyoming or Montana or something?
Montana. Yeah, Billings, Montana. Billings.
God, see, I didn't even know that people lived there.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I've had some successful businesses up here. Like, it's populated too, and there's a good economy here. It's super slow right now. But I could still be as busy as I want to be. But with all the YouTube stuff, I'm ready to retire. Like, mentally, I'm ready. I've checked out. Except for like tattooing on friends and family, I'll do that for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do that for the rest of my life. But but dealing with new customers and
people in
doing
general.
all that, marketing myself, I'm over it. I've been doing it for a long time, and it's a lot. I can't go out in public without being bombarded by people. It's a big town, but it's also, it's like the Reno of Nevada. It's the biggest small town in Montana. So yeah, it's a trip. So it's hard.
You guys have bears? What kind of bears? Like the
black
real
bears
kind?
And grizzly bears.
Grizzly, okay. I get tired of this black bear, brown bear crap. Those are small. I want to hang out with grizzlies. You guys have grizzlies?
We have grizzlies just a few miles away. At this at our zoo, there's some like real grizzlies. Now, if you want to see like a real grizzly.
Oh yeah, I don't do zoos.
Oh, you mean like really go see something? Oh yeah, that's about an hour and a half away.
I mean,
that'd
just
be awesome.
Feed them, like go feed them, bring them like a picnic basket of things, and
yeah, there's no yogi basket happening.
There is actually. It's a statistic. I don't think anybody knows, but 11 out of 12 grizzlies are friendly. It's just an unusual.
That's a made up statistic. That's so made up right now. You just made that up.
There are
Like, I'm gonna
more.
go. So your desired response was like, really? Well, shit, come up here and I'm gonna drive you to some grizzlies, man.
Grizzlies are friendlier than ghosts. Nobody knows that. That's also
Nobody knows
proven.
that. That's right. Nobody
Science.
knows.
That's
That's
science.
absolutely nobody knows that.
It's the truth.
All
I
right.
wish you knew it. I wish you knew it. No, seriously, I love bears, and I would like to know. Do you have the larger, not the elk? Which one's bigger, elk or moose?
Elk. Oh, moose. Moose is bigger than elk.
I got to get me one of those. Do you guys have any of those?
A short drive. Yep.
You've
Just a
seen
short
one?
drive away. I have seen one. Yep. Well, so this is what we can do. We can drive to Yellowstone, which is like 2 hours away, hour and a half away from where we live. And
Okay.
there's like moose that you can walk up to. You know, they're just kind of like mulling around. There's like a little town up there. I've actually been in that jail up there, but there's like a little town and there's like a ranger station, and like some cabins, and that's it. And the ranger station has like a little jail cell, but the marshals left me there and handed me off to some other marshals one time. But it's super cool. The moose, everything is like super used to human contact. But not bears.
I have a special. I can vibe with them. They know me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Moose whisperer.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love animals, Casper, and I don't do zoos. I don't do circuses. I'm not going to SeaWorld. I don't want to see anything in a tank or, behind bars.
I get it.
Including you or Tommy. I don't want to see you guys behind bars either. I'm not going to visit you there. I want you out. I want the criminals out with the moose. The criminals.
We've
the
discovered
bears,
YouTube.
mooses.
We will never go back to jail.
Yeah.
Even we hadn't discovered YouTube, I can tell he's at a point in his life where he's never going to go back. And I know I'm never going to go back. I don't do anything that would ever send me back to jail.
Tommy won't even take me on a date. So I know that's true. We don't leave the house. But I'm just saying, I don't support criminals behind bars. I don't want to visit them. I don't support bears behind bars. I want to see everybody out free range. Okay. Yep. So that's what I want. And I need to come visit. I just need to come visit, I think.
That'd be cool. We'd be so happy to have you guys, man. It would be insanely cool.
It would be cool.
You don't have animals in Buck Tussle?
I mean, I've got Frank, I've got Phil, I've got Jeff with a PH. My cattle, I've named all my cattle. I have a bunch of cattle, Casper, but they don't say much, and the little guys, the little rascals, they run around and such. But not really. It would be cool to have like a mountain lion, frolic by, if you will. But I don't get all of that. Now, just your average deer, nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where we were living last year in Kalispell, which is by West Glacier National Park, lots of mountain lions up there. In Glacier, there's like, oh man, there's so many. And those things are huge. And like mountain goats, like the big, like, like the two horns,
mountain goats. Those are cool.
Dude, they are so crazy cool. They're crazy cool.
If Tommy was an animal, I could see him being one of those.
Yeah.
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 I've often thought of this when the power goes out and I don't have anything to do. If Tommy was a dog, I've always said he'd be a German Shepherd. I see that for him.
Really?
Because he's got a big pelt on his chest, and it's very German Shepherd like anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've spent time with Tommy with his shirt off.
Yeah, it's hot. I'll tell you right now. It
was very hot in the cell that we were in.
My engine every time, Casper. And I don't see that going away. I think that'll last for decades.
I hope so, because we're hoping that this is like your guys' last marriage, right off into the sunset.
I mean, I hope so. But you only get a few of those marriages, those pesky marriages. We'll see, but
I'll accept that statement as comedy and as comedic.
I mean, you can. Even if it didn't work out, we would still have sex because we have a lot of chemistry there.
Okay. Yeah.
So either way, like there's a future, whether it be physical or not, like we have a good time. We know how to have a good time.
There you go.
Casper, I'm going to change the subject now because I can tell that no one's comfortable here where we were.
Well, but you fed the trolls. The trolls have been fed.
I feed the trolls every day. You have to give
I know
them
you do.
something to
I know you
eat,
do.
Casper. You got to give them something to eat. And if we don't do that, they're going to make something up. So we got to give them a little something to graze on, if you would, just a little smorgasbord, a charcuterie, if you will.
I will.
Casper,
go ahead. Change subject.
Well, I'm comfortable in any subject, but I'm just reading your. Okay,
not changing it for that.
Casper, I've said this. Thank you, Galen. I've said this before.
I love Galen.
Are you sure? Because I really also would be honored. Like, I really want to come get a tattoo by you.
Oh, yes.
Are you heavy-handed? The guy I picked in Kansas City.
I am.
Okay. It never hurt. And he said, it doesn't because I'm not. Some people are really heavy-handed.
Yep. And, no, I'm super light-handed. Now, there's a wrong way and there's a right way to do tattoos. I am light-handed, but I definitely get the ink in there where it needs to go. So, after 4 hours of that, your endorphins or whatever stop working, and tattoos hurt. But I'm definitely light-handed. Like most of the girls that I tattoo on, and girls take the pain better than boys anyway. But most of the girls that I tattoo on that can only go a couple of hours with most artists, go 6 hours, 7 hours with me easily. So
you tattoo people for that long?
All the time.
The one on my arm
I'm not slow.
6 hours, and he broke it up into 3 and 3. That's amazing.
Oh, I would have knocked that out. Yeah. Well, I mean, depending. I always do a sculpting session. So like, say I did a portrait of H on you, your son. Oh, wait, everyone knows his name. Of Huxley on you.
Huxley. Yeah.
I would do, the first session would probably be 3 or 4 hours of just all grays and, and some tones and maybe a little bit of white highlights. Then 30 days later, I would come back and do a second session and I would sculpt it with blacks, like doing, deep black in the pupils, the corners of the mouth, wherever it needed it, behind the neck.
That was my next question. So my guy, Vince, he did the whole outline and then he made me wait to do the color. Is that right?
Outline and some shading? And then waited for the color?
Yeah, you made me wait like 4 weeks to do color. Are you supposed to do that?
Yeah, you can do that. That.
What I'm saying is, can you do it all at once too?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have done that all at once.
Well, Casper, everybody knows this. I really, really want to do a fox. And I want the word outshine. And I feel like I really see you drawing a cool fox for me. I'm serious. Like I would be so honored. I really want that. It's for my channel. It's a dream I had. And it just makes so much sense in my head and everybody knows about it. And then I met you and I was like, this is fortuitous. It's weird because I moved away from Kansas City and I had a guy I really liked and trusted. And I thought, how am I going to find somebody new? And then I met you and Tommy said, he goes, Casper could draw an amazing, and I want something kind of vintagey. And I feel like you, like you said earlier, steampunk, kind of like vintagey with some floral.
I'm telling you right now, I already have it in mind. I've probably have already drawn it. Cause I was in like a weird fox phase, like, I don't know, 9 months ago.
I wondered if maybe you had something already drawn. And James Collins said watercolor fox would be really cool. Yeah, it would.
Yep.
I wondered if you'd have already had some sort of a fox that you've drawn before.
I do, and I'm gonna find it tonight. I'm gonna find it tonight. When we get done.
No rush, brother. Hey, Chris and Melinda. I bet it's weird to see us here, right? Kind of weird.
So cool.
No Tommy. He better be sleeping, by the way. I don't usually get on Tommy. He doesn't. I say this all the time. He doesn't listen to me. He really doesn't listen to me. It pisses me off in a lot of ways. He takes it into consideration, but he doesn't listen. And today I really kind of gave it to him. I gave him the business and I said,
"Did you?"
Yep. And I said, what position is the best for you? Like right now, what's the most comfortable? What's your most best position? And he wrote me back and put doggy. And I said, you are a sick man, but I love it. And I wish I was there for it. But seriously, I made him.
You see that? I'm seeing if you can see that. And no, it's too blurry.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'll
blurry.
have to, yeah, I'll text you some things, but.
Seriously though, I made him really, really, really take it easy. And he can do his show tomorrow, and I know he probably will, but just keep an eye on him, Casper. I don't want him sitting for too long. He's in a lot of pain. I'm trying to get him to go to an ER actually, but right now he's sleeping, and so I'm going to let him do that. But I would prefer that he go get this checked, because in case he like stress fractured something. Yeah. Your wife just said sometimes we have to make them do what's best. No joke. And he's bad at it. So bad. Casper, do you listen to your wife?
I try to. Okay, I get a little defensive sometimes. Because if I'm on the grind, like especially with YouTube, and it's 2:00 in the morning, but I still have things that I want to finish, and she wakes up and tells me and she gets mad, you need to go to bed. Yeah. Because I wake up and I take our daughter to school every morning at, I get up at 6:00 for that, 5:30. I don't think she understands sometimes, but I know she's just trying to keep me balanced sleep, because it's real ugly when I don't get enough sleep.
Yep, Tommy too. And she just said, ask him how he feels when I say it's bedtime. You're probably, how long have you guys been married?
It'll be 3 years on the 14th.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Happy early anniversary.
Thanks.
That is, you're probably a little bit more, what's the word? Domesticated.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy is not great at it yet. And he takes it and he listens, but he doesn't always follow through. And it really pisses me off. He's going to have to get better at that, because I'm the same. I want to make sure he eats, he sleeps. Like, he doesn't always do self-care. And as we know, he's got some health issues. And it's like, if you put that on the back burner, you will pay for it. And I told him that about tonight. I said, if you do a 2-hour show tonight, a 2-hour show in the morning, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
You're only going to prolong the healing of whatever you did. And so he really listened to me tonight. And
awesome.
I'll have to send him a thank you card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Wharton.
When I read his text that he canceled, I was like, yeah, absolutely. No problem. And then I wasn't going to do it. Then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I feel okay. I'm not as good as an orator as he is, of course, who is really, but yeah.
Margie Barr says it's a man thing to just keep going. And it is. And you know what? I love men for that. KP in Arizona, he's not doing great. No, his pain level is very high. And I knew it would be. And Johnny and I have been talking, and we agreed that it's like a car accident or anything else. You're sore afterward, right? But I truly believe like there is the masculine role to a lot of things and the feminine role to a lot of things. And I think that I think a lot of men come to appreciate the caregiving roles often presented by women. And I'm not saying it's only in men and women. Sometimes men are caregivers too.
Sure.
But I really believe that some guys like Tommy will just keep going and push and push. And he needs that. Whoa. Like, calm down, eat something, drink, hydrate. He also doesn't hydrate all the time. That's why I need him here, or I need to be there, because I worry about him all the time. I really do. I worry about Tommy all the time.
I'm the same. I really am. I have a therapist who's on me about it. My wife is on me about it. Like, I don't eat. And when I remember to, sometimes it'll be like 5:00 in the afternoon. I realize I haven't ate since the day before at lunch. And then then it was only a Pepsi and a bag of chocolate donuts or something.
Yeah, that's what he does. He'll eat like a bag of Starbursts or like Sour Patch Kids and have a Coke.
I do that all the time too.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
terrible. It's terrible.
Yep. Swedish fish, caramels. Well, you guys have probably seen me eat the caramels. Like sometimes that's all I've had. I don't do it on purpose. I'm not like, I'm not going to eat, it's like, I just got shit to do.
No, I get that. I totally get it. But I think that's why your wife is so important. And I think that there's specific roles there sometimes in certain relationships of the caregiving role. And some guys are better at, making sure they sleep, eat, all those things, but some are not. And Tommy's not one of them. And I can't speak for you, but I'm glad he listened to me tonight. And I hope he takes it to heart tomorrow, not just on your new show together, but his show in general.
Sure.
I really worry about him going too hard, too fast with Atwood and all of that. I love it. I'm supportive and I'm so happy he's taking off, but he really hurt himself. It's like, you gotta take care of your body,
Well, I'm definitely going to check in with him early in the morning, because I know he gets up early. I'll just check in with him and just really make sure he's okay to do the show. And I'll just reinforce that it's okay if we miss one, Yeah, it's totally okay. I can replay an old one live. Like I can run it through StreamYard or something, do something.
I know you will. I knew that you wouldn't push him. I'm just saying it out loud. So there's some accountability here, even with the crowd. Like he just has to, the guy is amazing, but he is a workhorse, just like it sounds like you are. And I don't do that. I take self-care days if I need to. I try to stream every day, but there are some days I just think I've got too much to do around here, or mentally, I just sometimes, I used to push myself in the beginning, and now I think I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I appreciate that. And I love the way you love Tommy.
Thank you. That's a really nice, that's so validating. It's a really nice thing to say. I really do love Tommy. We have a complicated relationship. I don't think people realize, but who doesn't at the same time, right? Like, do you ever think about that? Do you ever reflect on that, Casper? Like, two people getting together, like, how does that even happen? People are so different. Their people's values are very different. Their backgrounds, like, look at my background with Tommy. It's insanely, totally two different worlds.
It is crazy. And also people's, and I hate the word trauma, just because it gets thrown around so much, but even like people's traumas get brought together. And like, I think that's a big one with my wife and I. Like I have some lightweight trauma from, prison, and, and she has hers, whatever. I don't want to speak for her, but she, I react to her reacting to mine, and that can become like a volatile situation. Never violent, but definitely volatile,
Absolutely.
And
that's real. Volatile's real. And anybody who wants to be in denial about that it's real. Volatile relationships are real. And now I don't want to get too personal with your wife, but do you guys have similar backgrounds, or is it like me and Tommy? Are you guys total opposites?
We're pretty opposite. Yeah, we're pretty opposite. Yeah. And there's a huge age difference too, huge.
I don't want to hear it. Nothing beats mine. They're rookie numbers.
Yeah. 26 years. That's not a rookie number. What's yours? Like 7, 8?
60.
Oh, from before, not you and Tommy.
No, but so Fred and I were 60 years apart. Jeff and I were 27 years apart. So
that's
gotta tell me.
Okay, my bad.
I told you I like them extra.
I forgot who I was talking to. I
like them well done, Casper. Tommy is a spring chicken. I don't like this 14-year gap business. It's weird.
I mean, Tommy that's like right out of the box, right? He's like brand new.
Yeah, it sucks. The only thing that turns me on is he can hardly walk anymore with all these back problems and stuff. Like he kind of acts like an older man.
Yeah. You love that.
No. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting him like a cool cane, like a pimpy cane. That would be cool. Something like that. He's already got the cool hat to go with it.
It can be, a peckerwood pimp.
I've never heard of such a thing, but it sounds like a prison term that I'm definitely turned on by.
It is a prison term, and he would appreciate me labeling him as that. He's a fan of the peckerwood pimp.
I mean, again,
Hell yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
strangely turned on by that. I've never heard of such a term, but
Yeah.
yeah, I 26 years for you guys.
Yeah, 26 years. Yep.
I like that. I gotta say, I really admire it.
It's never, but I'm just immature enough, and she's just mature enough to meet in the middle in most ways, but not always.
It's a generational gap when you do go that far apart. Like the guy who was 27 years older than me was like his kids were my age. So he was truly like fatherly a little bit to me. It got creepy real quick.
Yeah.
The guy who was 60 years older, funnily enough, we were like best friends, and it was like there was no age difference. He was hilarious.
I love that. Yep.
Soulmates. But that's when you get into an age gap like that, there really is a difference in the generation. Like, how do you guys do there? Do you have the same sense of humor? Because sometimes that's weird.
Yes, we do. We do have the same sense of humor. I think the biggest differences are mostly, I would say, just taste in like music and clothes and stuff. Like, she's attracted to my style, and my, and I'll call it my get down. She's attracted to that, but we're definitely different. Like, especially music. But I mean, that's normal. People who are only 2 years apart, can listen to completely different styles of music.
True.
But I just think some things, but then it's hard to say, because I want to say, she doesn't let me be a grown up, a man, but really that's just her taking care of me.
Oh yeah. We'll always do that.
But I want to say, like, look, I'm going to stay up late. I'm a grown man. I get to make my own decisions. And that's when I feel the age difference. But I mean, but I think that's when I choose to feel it. Do you know what I mean? I'm choosing to be like, hey, little girl, you can't tell me what to do. So
that's hilarious.
Who knows?
Yeah. My husband, who is much older, would do that to me. He'd be like, look here, mother hen, I'm going to do what I want. I was like, get under my wing, mother hen here. Yeah, no, I think that's just the caregiver in us. What's your wife's sign? What's her birthday sign?
She's a Taurus.
Oh, so she's coming up.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know much about Taurus. My last husband was a Taurus. He was very worldly. I'm a
Taurus also. I'm a Taurus also.
Okay.
Yep. Our birthdays are 4 days apart.
Okay. All right. That's coming up. May.
Yeah.
You guys are worldly. That's interesting that you have the I had the same music taste, even though we had a huge gap. Like Tommy and I too, we listen to the same music, 70s and 80s. That's all I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I listen to everything except for new stuff.
Same.
Yeah. But I really like everything. I'm a musician, so I really like a little bit. I appreciate good musicians, no matter what it is. And there's nothing new that really I've heard that has good musicians, but I try to recreate the olden days, I'll call it, the 80s and 90s. It's crazy to call it that, but yeah.
Like Tommy and I are huge Billy Joel fans. Do you like Billy Joel?
Dude, Brenda and Eddie were the popular steadies and the king and the queen of the prom. Yeah. Okay. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan.
I'm also huge. Seeger. You like Seeger? I'm a big Seeger fan.
Love Bob Seger.
Of course, I like his. Like the Eagles.
Huh? I love the Eagles.
Same.
The thing about Bob's, I love his obscure stuff, like not like his huge hits. I mean, his huge hits are great, but he has like those few songs that are obscure, but they're popular. trying to think of one right now.
I feel that way about Billy Joel too. Like not his greatest hits, but like some of his side stuff. Like
Yeah.
Tommy's introduced me to I've loved These Days. Do you know that song by Billy
Oh
Joel?
yeah. Yeah.
Love that song. And
Yeah.
Vienna
Yo,
and
Vienna. Ooh,
Captain Jack. Love
yeah.
Captain Jack. Those are not the more popular ones though.
No, they're not.
I love it.
There's a Billy Joel song that I was listening to on repeat like a few months ago.
Brock, I love that song. That was going to be our wedding song. It's a Matter of Trust. We love that song. Fire Lake by Bob Seger. Absolutely, Kim. I love Fire Lake.
I'm looking up a song real quick.
Cindy G. Yeah. Yeah. Brock, I love that song. Matter of Trust. I love that song. I'm a big Bob Seger fan. I saw him once. I forgot that I saw him once in concert in Kansas City long time ago. Forgot about that. God, that was way before Huxley. That's crazy. Kim, you were a teenager in the 80s. I was born in 84. Casper, is your wife younger than me? I assume she is, but I don't know how old you are.
She was born in 96.
Okay. She's a lot younger than me.
I think you guys will get along famously, though.
I have no doubt. Justine, look up the lyrics to Matter of Trust. That's a great song.
That song "And So It Goes" by Billy Joel.
I don't think I know it. Tommy would know it.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's man. It was at this show that we were watching, this series we were watching. The mom ends up passing away in the last episode, and they played "And So It Goes" at her funeral. And from that moment, and I'm bawling in tears, watching the end of the show. And I listened to that song over and over and over again, because my best friend had just took her own life, like shortly before that, maybe like a month before that. That took all the wind out of me. Like it destroyed me. And I appreciate that. Actually, I just brought her pictures and her ashes home from my shop yesterday. Here's a picture, her and I.
Oh my God, she's beautiful. How long ago?
She was amazing, man.
Oh my God, she is beautiful, girl. How long ago was this? This is
she was so cool. I guess it'd be like almost 2 years now.
Oh, so not long ago at all.
No, but
wow,
but
Casper, that's horrible. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Had I not learned to grieve with my wife who was killed, just like in the last 5 years, I wouldn't have been able to deal with that the way I did. Yeah. I would have dealt with it by escaping and getting high, and I would have done all the things.
Sure you would.
But I ended up, because I had just, after 22 years of mourning, just dealt with that. I dealt with that more appropriately, I'll just say.
Sure.
Absolutely. But that song really helped me get through it. And so it goes.
And that was her funeral song?
No, that was a funeral song that I heard on a show around the same time that she passed, and it just really helped me heal. And so I just I listened to that song over and over.
Music is so powerful. Some people listen to podcasts. When I'm at home during the day, I put music. I always listen to music. Every time I drive, I don't listen to talking ever, and I don't watch TV. I listen to music. That's beautiful, Casper. I will listen to that after this stream so I can hear it, because I'd like to hear what you heard. I will tell you, hey, Susan, my husband's was a piano player, so I chose the music for his funeral, and of course Piano Man by Billy Joel, because he died at exactly 9:00 on Saturday.
I heard you say that the other night on your live.
Right? But you know what his other funeral song I chose was, and I didn't say this, and I wonder if you know it. Do you like Pearl Jam? I love Pearl Jam.
I do.
Man of the Hour.
Yeah.
That was his other funeral song that I had picked.
Wow.
And I thought that was such a good song for a funeral, because he really was the man of the hour,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I picked 3 songs. The third one was the Beatles, In My Life, I think is what it's called.
Mhm.
But those were 3 good songs that made me think of Fred.
That's really cool.
But music can be
That's
powerful like that.
super powerful. And when you were talking about that the other night and you had played the video of when he passed, that's the night I brought home these things because I wanted to be close to them. Because I was with her by her bed in the ICU when we finally said, "Yeah, do not resuscitate." And so, like, I was there for her last breath, and was able to hold her hand, and then I almost beat up her husband because I blamed him. You know, I still blame him, but yeah.
You, I appreciate you sharing this, Casper, and I won't
Yeah.
ask any questions, but I will say this. It's a gift and it's amazing to be with someone as they take their last breath. It really, truly, I feel so honored that I got to do that and I wouldn't change a thing. It was such a gift.
That's amazing you said that, because at the time it seemed so hard, but if I didn't have that memory with her, I it my relationship with her would have been missing. It would have been less than the greatness it already was. Does that make sense? I
Yes, it
really
does.
feel like I was able to share that with her, and it helped me just as a human being.
Yes.
It was like her last gift to. Now I'm gonna start crying,
Okay.
but it was like her last gift to me.
Yes. But Casper, I will tell you, that was also your gift to her. It goes both ways, and I hope that you realize that. That was my gift to Fred, that I got to be there with him as he left, and I believe that that was such a gift to me. I'm sorry we brought this up, but she sounds like
No,
a
it's
beautiful
okay.
girl, and her
Yeah,
picture was beautiful, and
it's
it's
okay. It's
healing.
okay.
It's very
Yeah,
healing.
yeah.
She's a beautiful girl. She looked very young, but she's a beautiful girl,
She was
and
young.
I just wanna say that, Casper, that I hope you realize
So
that that was a gift for her too.
yeah, I appreciate that, and it was, and so a week later, I went to see there's a guy up here. He calls himself the Big Sky Medium, and I apologize to the chat that we're not answering questions, but I hope
I
this
think
is okay.
this is an amazing chat, Casper. They understand, trust me, I know these
Okay,
things.
cool.
Okay.
I'm still feeling everybody out, but
You're
anyway,
very welcome here, it's okay.
the a week later, I go see this Big Sky Medium, right? He's, talks to the dead, right? And I'm skeptical, but I'm in pain, right? I talked to my pastor because her Bible was open and underneath her where she hung herself. And so I was just really concerned that she was going to heaven, and but I was assured that she was, as long as she was a believer and was saved, and but that wasn't, and but Christians don't believe in talking to the dead or anything like that. But anyway, so I go to this guy, and we meet, and he seems cool. He's a little quirky. He's one of the guys that do the pen scribble when they talk to the dead. Do you have ever seen that? They
But I
like
can imagine what you're saying.
that really famous one that's on Netflix does the same thing. He like scribbles in a book. Anyway, he's like, once we get started, he's like, okay, I don't know if this is her or not, but she's like jumping up and down saying, tell him he's my number one. Tell him he's my number one. And we used to always say that to each other.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And we always would say, no matter who we're married to or who we're with, you and I will always be each other's number one. And I lost it. And afterwards, my wife came. I don't know if she just met me there or if she came to pick me up. She said that I looked like a different human being. That that I looked so at peace with everything. And I did. I felt like I got to talk to her, and basically, real or not, it would it I almost say it had to have been real, but who knows? But and she she said, "Wait till you see the colors up here. The colors are amazing." She wanted to tell me about that, and then she said, and I have like the biggest house, and I have a dog and a cat, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. So yeah, it was a trip, man. I don't, at the time it was super just healing, and it was pretty crazy.
Casper, that's amazing. I believe it to be true, especially if she said the number one thing. That was between the
Oh
two of
my
you.
gosh. That's all we said. And it was like her way of saying, look, I'm here. I'm
Yes,
here
I made
and
it.
I'm
I made
okay.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that for you, Casper, and I love it for her.
Yeah.
You have to think about it that way. There's no other way to look at it. It's a sad situation, but that's how I think about Fred, going back to the it's a gift. And think about it, Casper, if we were going to take our last breath tonight, wouldn't it be a gift to have your wife with you, to have somebody with you as they send you off?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it goes both ways to have someone there that loved you that much and just comforted you. A lot of people don't get that, if it's a car accident or, anything that maybe it's a horrible situation. I think she was very lucky to have you as a friend in life in general, but it sounds like
we've been through a lot together. Yeah.
It sounds like it. I love that. I love that she acknowledged that for you. That's
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any other experiences like that, or was that the only one?
That's the only one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's fresh. She's only 2 years. She only died 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yep. Only 2 years ago. Her picture I only have a few pictures of her in my phone, but and my wife will contest to this, or tell you that her picture, like especially on my phone, like I have like a widget that has like my photo album on it. It's almost always her picture that's on that widget, because it scrolls through. It's almost always her picture, and then on our TVs and on our echoes, like an echo show.
Yeah.
Her picture is always there, and always, if her and I are arguing about something, and or just having a heated discussion about something, I'll just happen to look at that show, and she will be there, and it always calms me down, and she always keeps me more reasonable. Or if I even just think about her during those times, she's telling me to love my wife better, and yeah, it's just a trip, man. So
she was a true friend, and she still is.
Yeah, yeah. I do feel like, because you asked if there had been other experiences like that. So I would say yes now then, because of those experiences.
Yes.
And there is this thing that always turns itself on in my daughter's room, but I think that's just a short in its thing. It's a kid foot soaker massager, with water, and it's got a play button that it plays like a lullaby type thing. That thing's always turning on, but I don't know if that's her or not.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't know, but
yeah,
I'll tell you, I think she probably appreciates you talking about her, thinking about her. I mean, I said this on my stream earlier when I streamed tonight. I don't know what happens when you die. I don't know. But I also think nobody's ever really gone. People are never gone. I mean, there's a reason that you feel her when she says love your wife harder. I mean, that's not coming from you. That's coming from somewhere else. It's an outside source. And I hear my husband sometimes, and he'll say something to me, and I'm like, now that wasn't me. Like, that wasn't in my mind. I know my thoughts, and it just enters, and it's like, I don't know what happens to you when you die, but I know that I feel protected. I feel like they're still around, making sure. And like she said to you, I have a house, and I have pets. And I mean, who knows? But I like to believe that why not? You know, they were your
Yeah.
best friend in life. Why wouldn't they still be your best friend? Where do
Yeah.
they go? You know, even if they're in heaven, right? Like if there's a heaven, even if they're in heaven, I feel like there's still a way to be a messenger down here through God. You know, I don't know why not. If she
Yeah,
loved
I do
you
too.
that
Because
hard
it's
in
not
life,
yeah, because it's not documented in the Bible, which which I do believe is real, doesn't mean that that stuff doesn't happen. You know, it's even like, I believe souls travel in packs. I feel like we intertwine and catch each other
mhm,
here and there through multiple lives. I know that's a huge stretch, especially because I am a Christian and I believe that in the resurrection. Um, but I do believe that we travel in packs, and that like we are meant to cross certain paths with our souls. Like maybe she was my brother and I was her little sister in a previous life. And so that could be the connection. Right? And maybe this is her paying a debt for me. We could have decided before this life, like, look, you need to learn um uh grief. You need to learn, for my
sure,
soul to grow and to get closer to God, because we are just a spark of God's light, right? To get back to that light, that I needed to learn to grieve and to experience that. And she could have made that pact with me, like, look, we're going to go into this one, and eventually I'm going to take my life, and you're going to have to deal with that. So you can go, and maybe I've made that same deal with her in a previous life. I don't know, but these things ring to be true to me,
yeah.
as far out as they are. Um, but
I
I
totally see that. I totally see
yeah,
that. And Casper, if she loved you that hard in life, why would that disappear, right? Like it's the same
right,
energy.
exactly.
And if there is heaven and God, then to me, why wouldn't God allow for that? That's love. That's still sending the message of love. Why wouldn't that exist? Why wouldn't that
Yeah,
be the case? You know, why wouldn't our loved
yeah,
one be waiting for us and happy for us?
yeah, yeah,
So I just think that's really I think that's really great. I love that, and I'm glad that you shared that with us because it's
yeah.
heavy and it's deep and it's maybe not something that you're comfortable talking about. So I appreciate you being open with us about that. You know, it's not always easy to talk about those things, especially that fresh. But
Sure. Yeah,
I also think it's beautiful. Like yesterday,
yeah.
it was my husband's birthday. He passed away, and it's I did it that stream last year, and I did it this year, and it was noticeably different for me. I felt more love about it. Like of
Wow.
course,
Yeah,
we're not attached in the physical world anymore, but we're still attached, like her, she's your number one
yeah.
still, and she's showing you that, and I believe
Hmm.
he's still around, and
Yep,
so
I do
why
too.
not? That's love.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah,
I will
yeah,
tell you right now, if I died today, I have a 15-year-old son, I would still love and protect the hell out of him. I don't know what happens when I die, but I will be right there on him.
yep,
I would still be his mother in some fashion trying to protect him.
yep,
So why
yep.
not?
I feel that way about my children too,
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
the baby. Oh, I'm just so close with her. You know, I always tell people, like, if I could trade my life for her to never be harmed or hurt or, yeah, broken heart, any of it, I would do it in a second. I
Totally.
would walk right off that cliff for her.
I know, but we
Like the
can't.
other day, she slipped on the ice at Target, and I lost it. She was okay. She didn't get hurt, but like I don't even want her to feel embarrassment or uncomfort or to feel awkward. It affects me. It affects me.
Casper, you're so
Yeah.
sweet. That's so sweet. How many
Uh,
kids do you have?
I have 4 girls.
Wow, I did not know
Yeah.
Tommy didn't tell me that. Wow.
Yeah.
They are lucky girls, I can tell. I didn't have a good dad, and even you saying that is
Oh
really
yeah,
warm.
they're all daddy's girls. Yeah.
I can imagine. That's really sweet, Casper. That's super
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
I
I
love that.
appreciate it.
I love that. I mean it. Thank you for sharing that tonight. That was
Yeah. I didn't think I would ever share that, like here. but I'm fine with it. Yeah, yeah, I never thought any of that would ever come up actually, but it
Those are
sure
the things
did.
I like to talk about. I like to talk about real things like that. I think it's
Yeah,
fascinating, and I love people going through ranges of emotions if they're willing. I don't wanna push anyone to do that, but
sure.
this is
Yeah,
always these channels, the Lifeboat and my channel are always safe spaces. We share a lot of the same audience, and these people are the
yeah.
best people, honestly. If you wanna open up, these are the best people to open up to, I have to be honest.
No, that's super cool. No, I do love everybody, that is that I've communicated with, and that I always feel bad that, like, if, like, "Oh, I didn't get to say hi to everybody," or, um
I understand. These
no,
are the
no,
best
I know.
people. I
Yeah,
mean it,
yeah.
I mean it, Casper, like, you'll get to kn you're newer here with us, but you will really get to know these people, and they are like, Tommy and I have met a lot of them in person. I email and text with a lot of them outside of YouTube, like, these are amazing connections. Although I came from Scientology where it was all conditional love, these people
Mhm.
show very unconditional love. They're very understanding. That's
Yeah,
adorable. You should answer
yeah.
that question.
I do, and I did, and I I have video and pictures of it. I let my youngest, like, I don't know, it must have been 2 years ago. Um, I have pictures of her putting makeup on me, and yeah, just
So cute.
laughing really hard, yeah. But yeah, she's done my nails and
I totally if
so
Tommy or not,
catty.
let me just point this out again because many people ask if Tommy and I will have a child. We will not. But if we had a child, I could see Tommy doing that 100%, like letting her draw all over him, and I could see that. Tommy would
Yeah,
be an adorable, he is a sweet dad. He's an amazing dad, but I mean to a little child, he would be so cute. Tommy is so cute with kids. He's so
yeah.
cute.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how, like, guys like us who, or guys like us, that have done some bad deeds, or had to have been in some tough situations, um, we just melt around kids, man, and I don't know, it's a trip, man.
It
Trip,
is,
very,
but
very
who
protective.
doesn't melt around kids, honestly? Kids are so funny.
Creeps, but yeah, yeah,
I mean, kids,
who
I'm not like a huge, like, infant person, I don't but, like, 6 months and up, like, I love going anywhere in
yeah,
public when you see, like, a
yeah,
3-year-old and they're like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Oh my god, hi,
yeah,
I love it."
yeah,
Zoe says, "Reese, you would be such a good mom to a little girl." I wish I had had a girl, Zoe. Obviously, I love girls and girly things, and I agree. I would have loved to have had a little girl. I would. I would love that.
yeah.
Especially with Tommy's nose, 'cause I'm in love with Tommy's nose and his deep set eyeballs. So if we had a
Mhm.
child, I would like to hope that the child got his features, 'cause I love his big eagle nose, beak.
Yeah, that's funny. So, like, one of my features is, like, my eyes, like this underneath it, whatever you wanna call it. But those have always been there even when I was younger, and, my oldest daughter really looks like me, and I always tease that I look like Frankenstein, and I don't, never thought I was, like, an attractive person, and I don't say that to elicit responses, but the, she's like the most beautiful, like, who's been like a model, and she was a ballet dancer, and she's modeled in Italy,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
but she
Wow.
really looks like me, so I make a pretty
Casper,
good
I think we all have poor outlooks on ourselves, like, I do
yeah,
too. I
yeah.
always think I'm really unattractive, but I have to say, like, just commenting on your features, the more like, I think the more someone has distinct features like you, the better. It
Mhm,
makes you so, like, memorable. Like, it's not
mhm.
unattractive, it's cool, it's memorable. Like, again, you have a
Yeah,
very distinct nose like Tommy,
mhm.
I'm sure your wife is crazy about your features. That's why we
She
pick our
is, and I
partners.
always tell her, "Stop staring.
Oh my god,
Don't
I
look
do
at
that to
me."
Tommy. I'm like, "Can we just,
Yeah.
like, stare at each other for a minute?" Because I love his features, and he tells
She's
me,
dying right now because I bet you she's dying because, like, 3 times today, "Can we just have uninterrupted eye contact?"
yes, I'll say
Yeah.
that. I'm like, "Babe, can we just stare at each other, like, into our souls for 10 minutes?" And he's like, "You're creeping me out." Um,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I'm serious though, and Tommy tells me all the time, he goes, "Of all the women I've been with, no one's ever complimented that." Like, my big weird nose and my deep set eyes, and I'm like, I'm crazy in love with that. So when you pick the right person, Casper, I mean,
No, I know.
nobody sees what you see. Like, your personality shines enough that nobody thinks that.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. And I agree. Like my first wife who passed, I was gonna have these scars right here, like lasered, these like right here. I was gonna have them removed, and she flipped out. She was like, "No way, you're not removing those." Because I always go like this, like, "No, I look so much better like this." People are crazy. I get it. We're crazy people. You know what I mean? But yeah,
we're just attracted to, I think, the soul, and then, when your body is attached to that, we fall in love with all those crazy idiosyncrasies, and just, that's, to me, that's the good stuff. It is. That's the good stuff. It's what you remember. It's what you remember. And Tommy has very distinct features, and I'm crazy in love with them. I'm crazy about his face. I love Tommy's face. Love it.
Yeah.
I love his beady little eyes and his big eagle beak. I just love it. I do. I'm like, you look like a hawk to me. It's crazy. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Tommy's the shit.
He is. I hope he's okay. I haven't heard from him. I hope he's sleeping. I should text Johnny to see how where we're at. But Casper, I'm really glad that we had this chat.
Me too. I was a little, before you came on, I was like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Okay, she's gonna mark the questions, and we'll just answer them. And I was like trying to figure it out in my head, and like that, just like nothing happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm better at chatting. I could have marked the questions. You should have given me that.
This is awesome. I'm so glad we got to talk.
Casper. If you would have asked me to do that, I would have just been quiet and read the questions for you. I could have even sat behind the scenes, not come on the screen. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that layout tonight.
No, I was just wondering how it was going to go. Like I don't care how it goes. I was just like, because I've never have talked to you before, and so I was just like, okay, well, this is cool. I'm gonna get to like finally like hang out with Reese, because I am a fan. So yeah, so you get to hang out with one of your fans tonight.
Oh, Casper, you never say that. You're a very good friend. I don't have fans. I only have friends.
I know.
This is why I say sometimes maybe I shouldn't be on YouTube. I never think about a plan. Tommy always says this to me. I hit go, I go without a net. So I often go on my show and I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about tonight, guys, but I'll roll for 2 hours and I never have a topic. So I'm sorry that I didn't plan anything with you. I didn't think about the fact that you're probably a planner, and I just came on and flapped my gums, brother.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I want to do this more, actually. I did one a few weeks ago on a Saturday night, like at 11 o'clock at night.
Goosebump.
What'd she say? Or I'm guessing it's a girl.
She did. Reese could chat with a rock for an hour easy. I could. Yeah. I talk to Gertie at least for an hour a day. Absolutely. It's very true. Sorry, Casper. That's actually was kind of presumptuous and rude of me. I'm typically streaming with Tommy, and I'm used to that. I didn't think about a format for you. I should have just been quiet and let you run the show. And I just
stop it.
No, I'm serious. I didn't think about starring questions or any kind of, format. No way. Protocol. I don't do that. Sorry.
Will you quit saying sorry? Like, this was better. This was better than that. Yeah. See that? This is me strangling your little picture. That's me strangling you right now.
We'll see if you're telling the truth, because if you're not telling the truth, we'll never see or talk to each other again. You won't.
No, that's right. Right? That's exactly right.
You'll find reasons to be like, don't send Reese a link, please. God, no.
No, now you're just going to be like driving your car and get like random links for me and like, what the hell? Why is he on right now? Come on, let's talk.
I hope you do, Casper. I'm going to hold you to it, brother. I hope you do.
Right.
I really want to meet your wife in person, or maybe she could hop on with us sometime. But do you pronounce it Mariana or Mariana? Because my sister is Brianna and people say Brianna and it makes her mad. Which is it?
It's Mariana. But no one can get that. What's that?
I knew it was one or the other, and I didn't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, and people get it wrong all the time. Not wrong, but say it differently than what it is. And it always trips me out because I that spelling I've always known as Mariana or Mariana.
I would have said Mariana because my sister is Brianna and people call her Brianna and she doesn't like that. So I knew it was either Mariana or Mariana, kind of like Andrea or Andrea. Like there's different pronunciations.
Yeah.
Sunny, I love that. So I look forward to meeting Mariana. And that's the fancier way of saying it. I'm glad she pronounces it that way, honestly.
That's cool. The people in this, like, I'm just like reading some of the chats and everyone is so awesome, man.
It's
like everyone just thank you for all the kind words people just say like nice things. And we don't
why I'm an addict.
This could get really addicting, you know what I mean? Like to not that like, I'm like searching for compliments, and it's not the compliments, it's the
connection.
It's just being around people that care, because we're out here in this jungle verse, whatever we want it is out there. And it's people either want something from you or want to be mean,
Casper, I will tell you, I started my channel 1.5 years ago, and people have said to me hundreds of times, you're 10, 15 years younger. You're so much glowier. You're happier. Casper, this is where it's at. This is my life. It's an addiction in a good way. It's total connection every day. I can hop on at any given moment and there's 400 to 600 people there waiting to talk. And I love it so much. It's just a giant group of people. And I feel like they're truly in the same room with me. I love these people so much. My biggest goal, besides exposing Scientology and the Jesters, my biggest goal is to do the tour bus thing, or to have enough money to travel just via plane, whatever it may be, to do meetups. I love that more than anything. Meeting these people. You cried tonight. Just hug one of these people in person. You melt. I just puddle of tears every time. Every time I cry. And I try not to. I'm like, don't cry. And then I just bawl. It's amazing. It's a dream come true. What we do is a dream come true.
Yeah.
It's so validating. No, you're not fishing for compliments. It's validation. It's connection to its core. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It is incredible. It is incredible.
Very, very lucky or blessed or whatever you want to call it to know these people. They are my
blessed
life.
Is a good word. Blessed is good. Yeah. I feel the same.
Yeah. So let's do it again. I'll believe you if you send me a link someday. Otherwise, I'm going to say he was lying.
I can just I can just put it in my chat GPT just to do it on random right now.
I'm kind of
send us both a link like randomly, and we just have to go.
You know what you could do?
What you're doing.
Have me just surprise Tommy, don't tell him, and have me on your morning show.
I will do that.
Have me come in sometime on your morning. But you don't have to ask me all the time. I'm just saying you'll be a lying crim. You'll be a lying crim if you don't ever have me on again. And nobody likes a lying crim.
Done and done. Done and done.
Okay. Mariana, we love him.
What we do in jail, like if we're like really want someone to believe I'm going to do that, we'll be like, hey, I'm a punk if I don't do that. So, and you can't be a punk.
I get so sick of that shit. I used that word all the time until I met Tommy, and now I can't say it.
Yeah.
You know how many words
it's hard
to say?
It's hard. I know it's just a word now, and I don't let it bother me unless it's someone that knows how it can affect me if I let it. Then it's different. But if it's just someone who slips like, oh man, come on, you punk. I'm just like, okay, here I come. You know
how annoying that is? Like, I have to be honest, that's annoying for people who've never been in prison. Like, I used to call Huxley all the time. I'd be like, you little punk ass. And Tommy would get so mad. And I'm like, hey, dude, this is the real world. Like, it's not the same definition here. That makes me mad because you guys have specific prison definitions for words. And it's like, that's not the outside world.
Yeah.
One time I said to Tommy, I was like, you don't have to get pissy. Oh my God, he lost his shit. It was like a prison thing. He was like, you don't say that. Like, that's a little bitch ass, whatever term. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I don't get pissy. Yeah.
Good Lord. Criminals,
You little cute guy.
he is my little bunny foot, though, and he likes to be called that. He's my little thumper. We're gonna get him a little thumper tattoo, Casper, and he wants to do it, trust me.
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Good. The other thing, real quick, Casper, do you think you
no,
could do
you're
this?
good.
We were thinking about our thumbprints because, you know, Tommy's thumb is like the size of a door, and my thumb is tiny. We wanted to do our thumbprints tattooed in a heart. Like,
Yep.
could
I
you
can
do
do that.
that?
I absolutely can. Yep.
Holy shit. Damn.
Yep. I'm the shit.
All right.
That's
cute.
That's why I have a fly tattooed on my leg. Everyone always like, "What's that fly for?" I go, "Because I'm the shit."
Like you're a fly guy, like Sublime says, or whoever?
No, I'm the shit. You know, flies are attractive.
I'm a fly guy. I think Nelly said that.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a, you know, Bradley Nowell died, the singer from Sublime. He passed away, right, on a drug overdose.
That's right.
The day after he OD'd, I got this rest in peace. And then his name right here says Nowell right there.
That's amazing. You know, Tommy loved Sublime. He loved that guy.
Me too.
Yeah, I love Sublime. I do. I love Sublime as well.
Also, I want to tell James James, I seen your message way up in the queue about talking about tattoo culture. I would love to do that with you, brother. So
James is amazing. You should. He's really cool. I love James.
Yeah, I stalked him a while back just to see, because I only see his little picture, so I went to his YouTube page to see his picture a little bigger because I thought I could see tattoos on him, and so yeah, that would be super cool. Yeah.
Do you ever tattoo yourself?
I have tattooed myself, just on my legs a tiny bit. People always ask me, "Hey, did you do your arms?" And I was like, "No, if I did my arms, I'd have really cool tattoos." You know, and I don't. I just have, you know, prison garbage.
Do you get tattooed still? Like, do you have someone that tattoos you?
I don't. The last tattoo I got, I did on myself, but it was with someone else. I did a 2% on him, and I did a 2% on me.
Like milk? What does that mean?
Yeah, like the 2%.
Okay, hold on. Is that motorcycle gang?
No. That's 1%.
The leaping gooses or something?
Yeah, the Black Widows feared throughout the land.
The running frolicking geese or something. I ran into those guys a couple
years
ago.
Goose. The Galloping Goose.
Yeah, I tried to date one of them, but I was married, and he said, you don't want to do that. They have some weird, you know, rituals and such.
I just tattooed on a Galloping Goose 2 weeks ago. I did a portrait of his dog, a full color portrait of his dog that passed away inside of a paw print. So it's like it's like the outline of a paw print, and then the portrait of his dog is looking out of the paw print.
Wow, was he a nice guy?
Oh, super nice guy. I've tattooed his entire family, his mother-in-law, his wife, his kids, everyone. I've tattooed the entire family. They're not
all murderers. My husband at the time was like, those guys are murderers. No. I am attracted to the bad guys. V. McWilliams, we love you, and thank you for being here. And if you don't subscribe to my channel, you should, because I have fun over there too, guys. Of course, all of you guys subscribe to my channel. There's no names in here I don't recognize.
Right.
But no, those Galloping Geese fellers, I was into it.
Yeah, they're all super cool. Actually, thank you, V. McWilliams. Like really, and we appreciate it. I don't know.
I love V. McWilliams.
The 2% is an addict survival. So 2% of addicts survive, like treatment and get it together. And
that's amazing. Yeah. That's what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Ghostwriter. That's what it means. I mean, that's depressing that it's 2%, but I mean, that's
really it would be nice if the number was higher, but
yeah, but that's cool. Tommy should get one of those.
He should. He will.
Wow.
He will. Yeah. So
Yeah,
even
2%.
if I come to visit, I have a travel kit that I bring for tattooing. It's a big bag. It says Ink Addict on it, and it has it has everything I need. So even if we came to you guys, which will probably happen first, we're really considering moving to where Tommy is, so we can do more YouTube stuff. As a business someday. So because I do it all. Like I design websites, I do everything. I edit. I'm an editor now, and
yeah, you're amazing at what you do. That's why I texted you yesterday. I was like, Casper, I don't even have an intro. That would be amazing to have an intro.
Oh yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, I love what you did.
Thanks. Yeah.
I mean, you are super talented, man.
Thank
Don't
you.
move yet, though. I wouldn't move to Arizona yet because Tommy
right.
may not stay in Arizona.
I know. That's why we're gonna put it on hold. We're gonna wait out this year and see kind of where everything kind of like lands out. In my dad's from Tennessee, so like I have some Tennessee in my blood.
Where?
Dyersburg, Tennessee.
No idea. Never mind. I don't know why I asked. I don't know anything.
It's like in eastern Tennessee, but it's close to Memphis.
Oh, okay. That's about 3 hours from here, so not far.
Yeah. He doesn't live there now. He lives in Michigan, but
okay. Tennessee is beautiful. I will say it's lovely, and I don't know if you love the snow, but there's like winters are mild so far here.
Yeah, no, I prefer no snow or mild.
Yes, same. Now I don't like Arizona because it gets too hot. Like I like 4 seasons, Casper. I just don't want it to be insane. Like I'm from the Midwest where we get a lot of snow. Tony Suter, yeah, I do. You're right. But yeah, just don't pick yet, Casper.
We're not. We're figuring it out.
Okay.
Yeah, right. We just talked about it yesterday, and today a little bit. We're just gonna wait out another year here, and
yeah, well,
see how the channels grow and how relationships where they land, and
well, hopefully ours lands in a good place.
In all the ways.
In all the ways, like I said, we'll always probably answer the bone phone. But we'll see.
You guys are getting married. What are you talking about? The bone phone.
We're gonna go to Pound Town either way, Casper. But we'll see how it turns out.
I say Pound Town all the time. Yeah, I say Pound Town all the time.
We like to get down. On that note,
with the underground.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for having me, and I mean it. Mariana. Sorry, I was thinking of how I pronounce my sister's name. Mariana. Seriously, thank you for being in the chat tonight. She's so supportive. You're very lucky to have her.
I am, and
that's cute. And I'm glad I got to know you better. I've always watched your guys' shows, and I think we'll all be friends in person one day, and I look forward to that. I think you're wonderful. I really do, Casper. I tell Tommy that all the time.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and we think you're amazing too, and absolutely 1000%.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. You made the show. I was able to share something that I'm glad I shared. That way everyone kind of gets to know me a little better. They know who they're watching and like kind of where I'm coming from, because you want people to know everything about you, but you want it to be organic. You don't want to just be like, okay, this is who I am. Blah, blah, blah. I did do a show like, about, I grew up, my wife was killed. I became an addict, I became a convict. I've done that show, but there's lots of little things that, you don't share or that have to kind of come up organically.
Of course.
So, I appreciate it.
This is always awesome. A safe space for that, Casper. These people and myself are always a safe space to share stuff like that. We like to get into the thick of stuff as long as it's comfortable for you, of course.
Well, you know what? And I think, I feel amazing right now, like spiritually and like, I've been down for a few days because, I've been kind of like locked in because we're like snowed in right now. Yeah. And so I brought these pictures home the other day and they just kind of just been sitting there. And I'm glad I got to talk about her. It kind of reconnected me and is kind of done some grounding, a little bit of grounding work.
I
So
love that. I love that. Can I
yeah,
ask you one thing? And if it's too personal, don't answer it. But she's so beautiful. I would like to put a name to her face. Can you tell us just her first name?
it's Christina.
That's beautiful. Okay.
Yep,
She's
yep.
very, very lovely. She had beautiful eyes and a really pretty face. And I just thought I'd love to know her name.
She would have been amazing on YouTube. So, I have a video I made of her that I posted like in memorial for her. I will share that someday.
That would be amazing when you're comfortable doing it. I would love to
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, yeah. It's the because she used to text me every morning, good morning, and she sent me this little video telling me good morning, and she would call me sunshine in the morning, and it her voice is there, and you can see her personality shine through. It's really
I
cool.
love that. And I love the number one thing that you shared. And I love that she still feels it with you.
Yeah, yep, it's cool.
That's
Thank you.
very cool. That's really cool. Casper, thank you for sharing. I think it meant
Yep.
a ton to me, but I think it also meant a lot to the audience. So thank you for sharing that tonight. That was really cool that you did that.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
really
All
do.
right, guys. Thanks for
All
listening
right.
to us tonight. And Casper, thanks again for having me on. I realize I'm not a convict, so this was a different night yard, but that's okay. We pulled it off.
We did. Thank you so much. I'm probably
All
going
right,
to
guys.
stick around for a second and just maybe read some of the
That's
comments
fine.
and
I will pop off so you can have some time with the crowd. And I love you guys. I'll see
okay.
you over on my channel. Casper, I mean it. If you never send me a link again, I
Oh,
know what that
I'm a
means.
punk if I don't.
I'm kidding. Good night, everybody. Love you guys.
I love you. See you later. Well, that was super cool, man. Super cool. Thanks everybody for hanging around. I really appreciate you guys. I will read all the comments later. I'm just going to go to some of the questions I starred real quick. I have never been in any tattoo competitions. Well, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I've been to some conventions where I've participated and I've won some awards doing that. So I was thinking like Ink Master, those kind of competitions. I've never done anything like that. I've been asked to, but I've never committed. But thank you for the question. I appreciate that. Here's another one from Pim. Did you ever get a guard to try your wine? I have. I have had a guard. I actually there was a CO that was like a permanent CO. I would give him a bottle every time I came down. He would want a bottle and he would drink it in his little shack. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Reese can help with starring questions. Yep, she did, and that was awesome. Well, we didn't do too many questions. Can you do makeup tattoos? I learned absolutely I can. I've done that on the streets. I've done it for friends. I've done it on a few drag queens, oddly enough. Yeah, so I have done that. How much gabapentin? No, I already shared that. Too much. Danette, did you say anything more about gabapentin if you're still here? I'm gonna read through them when I sign off. Do you use a special chair when doing tattoos? Okay, I answered all of these. Let's see. Let's go. I'm not going to spend too much more time on the live, guys. I thank you so much for coming out and listening to my story. That wasn't planned, and I'm glad it came out. Like I said, it was pretty organic. I'm just kind of running through the chat real quick to see if I see any questions. Again, I apologize if I missed it. I will if I missed anything and I see anything. Man, there's a lot of chats. I seen this one, James. Yes, we will absolutely do that, brother. I think I got most of everything. Thanks again for coming out, guys. I will see everyone next week. We do have the Morning Mayhem show. Why don't we do this? Put a 1 in the chat if you have seen and liked the Morning Mayhem show. I'm just super interested. I know everyone likes it. I think even if we did a bad job, you guys are just love hanging out with us, and we love hanging out with you. So it'll always be good. It'll never be a bad show, but put a 1 in the chat if you've seen the show and like it. I'm super interested in that. Cindy, that is the most true statement. I am so terrified of my 6-year-old growing to be a teen. Just because of who the person I am now as a dad, as to who I was with my other daughters as a dad. I think I'm way more protective now than I was then. Like, I didn't grow into being like more free with, oh, go experience the world. And I when I was younger, I was more of that guy. Now yes, I want her to be confident and experience the world and to go out there and be successful. But in turn, I don't ever want to see her cry over a boy or argue with one of her girlfriends, hurt her feelings, the mean girl stuff. I don't like what trolls do to females on the internet. I would never want that to affect her. Kansas City Chiefs 22, Philadelphia Eagles. That is so crazy. What an upset. I knew they were going to kill it, though. I knew they were going to kill it. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for coming out. Oh, let me check to see if there was ones. Oh, yeah, there's a few ones. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, McWilliams. We appreciate the super chat so much, man. Thank you. Okay, guys, you guys have an awesome night. Thank you again for coming out. I know I've said that 5 times. I will see you guys in the morning. If not, I will see you next week. You guys have a good night.